got my hands on one of these new Kel-tec P17s. It is a 16 plus 1 round capacity, 22 long rifle pistol, and I've already shot it once. I'll go over the pros and cons, things I really like about it and things I don't. I happened into a gun shop not too far from me, within like half an hour, and I've been chasing one of these guns for a few months now, and prices on Gunbroker are absolutely ridiculous. I'm seeing these sell at this point in time for $300 to $400, and sometimes they're priced a little bit higher. Absolutely ridiculous. I got this one for $275 out the door. After walking in and immediately seeing this in the case and asking the guy about it, I wanted to look at it and hold it, see what I thought. And he immediately felt the need to tell me that 22 long rifle is not a viable personal defense round, and this isn't something to carry, so he wouldn't know anything about it. I didn't ask for any information like that at all. I wouldn't buy this gun to carry for personal defense. This is strictly for range use. This is going to be for suppressed shooting and plinking. So let's go ahead and look everything over. I'll take the chamber flag out here, and we are clear. There's no magazine inserted. The trigger pull is one of the things that I'll actually show you first. Let's go ahead and rack that slide back. Pulling this trigger back's a little weird. It's a little squishy, and you've got the brake right there. Now, I'm going to hold it back and try for a reset. Nothing. And the trigger's all the way forward with no positive reset. You do not feel a reset, but the striker is still in the cocked position. Now, watch. There it goes. Let's see if we can find, right there is where the reset happens. Kind of creep forward. You don't have to let the trigger go all the way forward, but it's almost to that point, and you don't feel anything. You don't feel the trigger reset. Moving on, the grip is the same pattern that Kel-tec's been using for quite a while. It's kind of a signature design with their guns. The pistol is in 2 halves that is held together by screws, which is also common of their designs. They are affordable guns. I'm sure this has a warranty. I haven't checked through any paperwork or anything on it or not. Kel-tec's not a bad company. I've known people that have had to send items back to Kel-tec to have them fixed, serviced, and it's never been an issue. So we have an ambidextrous safety. I like that. And you also have an ambidextrous paddle magazine release right here. This little lever. I've never been too big a fan of these, but it's an unfortunate feature of the gun. I would prefer a button, but the paddle, whatever. It doesn't seem to interfere with shooting or handling or anything. And you do have a 1913 Picatinny rail on the front for a light attachment. The trigger guard has plenty of space. As far as the grip goes, it actually feels pretty good. It feels good shooting it. You have a fiber optic front sight, and the rear sight is adjustable. Let's look at what all is included with this gun. You have the 16 round polymer magazines. These are actually very easy to load. You don't have any buttons or levers or anything that you have to push down while you're loading these. The rounds just go straight in, and they function great. I hit the camera there. But yeah, they function great. Slide locks open. You have the slide release right here. And, oh, it's on safe. Yeah, trigger moves, but the striker does not disengage. There we go. So I'm going to drop that magazine it probably will drop free. Yeah, the magazine does drop free. You just have to hold this down. And this is actually manipulatable or whatever with your thumb. You will have to move your grip slightly. If you have a long enough thumb to reach, you can release that magazine with your thumb on either side. But comes from the factory with 3 of those magazines, a nice sized hard case with the foam inserts, as is standard with pretty much every handgun that you're going to buy. You have a trigger lock. Won't be using that. This is just a little, just a warning insert or something, I think, here. Yeah, just a little desiccant paper, I think. Then you have the chamber flag. This gun also, so for $275 out the door, which I believe the MSRP is lower than that. I'll have to check. I think the MSRP is like $175. But anyway, you do have a thread adapter that is 1/2 by 28. And as you can see, it's dirty where I just shot it. So I did shoot this suppressed as well. And one of the problems that I had shooting it suppressed was the slide actually, come on out there, the slide actually locking back. And I'm not sure why that was. I'll have to dig into it a little bit. It may just need to be cleaned up, lubed up, whatnot. I didn't do anything to this gun. Straight out of the box, stuck a suppressor on it and started firing some rounds at the range. It did cycle flawlessly without a suppressor attached. And it could have just been the size of the suppressor that I had on it. I was using a larger 9mm suppressor. So we are going to check out the breakdown. Oh, rear sight. That is spring loaded. I don't think this is necessarily the best design, but I'm sure that it works just fine. It's moved over to the right just a little bit, which I could tell it was off when I was shooting it. I'll have to adjust that and sight it in, but it comes with an Allen wrench and a wrench for the muzzle device. The Allen wrench to adjust the rear sight, which is windage and elevation adjustable. Spring-loaded little Allen screw here, little set screw. So to disassemble this gun for cleaning, there is a lever here in the front, and much like many other brands, and I'm going to hold on to the trigger guard here. We are clear. Make sure that you're clear. Do not have a magazine inserted. There's nothing in the chamber. I'm not going to blow my fingers off doing this. I'm going to hold here around the trigger guard and here and just pull straight back, and the slide releases and comes up and off. This is all the slide. We'll get into that here in a moment, and I'll show you the barrel, the recoil spring assembly. So you have a bushing. You have a bushing right here that's up against this thread protector and the spring behind it. And that is your recoil system. I'm not going to take this down any farther because it would involve separating the 2 halves of the gun. I don't want to mess with doing that. It does have a very low barrel axis. I like that. A low bore axis. Not that 22 has any recoil to speak of, but it's nice to have a gun that has a low bore axis to mitigate some felt recoil. So let's take a look at the slide. The metal that you have here, I mean, this is like just a piece of bent steel bar. You've got your front sight here, the fiber optic green, and I haven't taken it down any farther than this, but I'm assuming that you could probably remove this plastic outer shell, and back here you have your bolt and the firing pin assembly inside. I'm not going to disassemble this on video or anything. Just wanted to show you how the slide comes apart. As you can see here, yeah, I've been shooting it. Starting to get a little rub on it here and there. But I think that's actually kind of neat. The fact that it's so simple. There's such a level of simplicity to this gun. So I'm going to put this back together. Come on. Let's go. There we go. There's the barrel bushing. Go way to the back. There we go. It basically just this allows the front of the slide. I'll take it apart again and show you. If you can see down in there, this piece right here catches right here to keep the barrel from going all the way back. Pull down. Oops, come on. And there we have it. Slide is back on. Real super simple disassembly for cleaning. I personally probably won't ever break the gun down any farther than that, but there it is, the Kel-tec P17. This is really a pretty cool gun. I really enjoyed shooting it, and I will be making videos of this gun being shot. But let's go ahead and change out. I'm gonna have to lube it up a little bit more. Lube it up a little bit before I take it out again. So this wrench goes right here, counterclockwise, loosen that barrel thread protector, and it just unscrews. The bushing retains the spring behind it. And here we have the threaded attachment. A 1/2 by 28 thread attachment. And you'll just use the wrench to tighten that up a little bit. And there we go. I have never had any kind of a problem with a 22 pistol like this having the thread protector or the threaded attachment come loose during firing. I do give it a fair amount of torque by hand. This does have a slot for a socket wrench or a breaker bar or whatever you would want to put in here. I think that's a 3/8 drive. I haven't checked it, but it could be used to tighten down that thread adapter or to tighten down the thread protector on the barrel. Not something that I find to be necessary for myself. And it comes with a handy dandy decal. Yeah, 22 long rifle. With the prices of ammo right now, with 9mm being sky high, 223 being sky high, I'm going to be shooting a lot of 22, and I think that this is a great host for that. It's a great suppressor host and a great gun to just take out and do some plinking. I actually have a small short suppressor that I'll be using on it, and have all kinds of fun at the range, just shooting the rubber dummy or whatever else. Might get some tannerite and take out some 22 caliber activated tannerite. So there you have it, folks. A short little tabletop overview of the Kel-tec P17 22 long rifle. Again, it's basically it's all polymer with the metal, the bent sheet metal slide. I mean, it's just a piece of steel bar. I think it works. It works well. We'll put quite a bit of ammunition through this, and we'll get it sighted in and whatnot. So we will see you on the range. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you see when I post new videos. Also, I've got a couple links here. One of them is for another channel, and if I can get it working, I have a link to something else that you might enjoy as well. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Gunslinger Firearms and Gear.